this evening, while I was working, I had this, I'm working with you guys and I don't really pay much attention to anything else, but this evening I had this amazing experience of just waves upon waves of blessings descending on everybody in the room. And and it occurred to me that, you guys really, truly don't have any idea about what an amazing place this is and what an amazing group of people have come together here and what an extraordinary opportunity the practice is to engage in an experience of self-discovery that can go on for as long as you want it to. I've been doing this work for 43 years. I met my teacher 43 years ago. And the day I met him I wasn't that old, but the day I met him was the day my life made sense to me. I understood, just meeting him, I understood exactly what I was in this world to do, and I've done it. And even now, whether we're sitting with you this evening or, sitting in my own puja room upstairs, still my practice, the practice that we share with you is the most interesting, exciting, beautiful, sweet experience that I have every single day. And that amazes me. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I've been sitting here long enough to see, I don't know, how many thousands of people come through, come in and go out. Tens of thousands. I've sat with, thousands and thousands. I've trained some. Only a few have I trained pretty completely, because nobody, we all get tangled up in our, first of all, we all come from limited experiences. And the extraordinary potential, the extraordinary refinement that is available to us in this practice, because of where we come from, we don't get that there is a magical opportunity that is available to us. And then we're tangled up in our everyday life and struggling with our tensions, the issues that we have to contend with both in the world and in ourselves, and we all lose perspective. We do. Even I lose perspective sometimes. And I go and sit down and do what I've been doing for 43 years, which is opening my heart and connecting to the power of life itself that is my breath. The ancient people who gave us this practice weren't that dumb. They noticed that breath and life are synonymous. If there's no breath, it's dead. And exploring the breath and the power of life deeply, they came to understand that there is no limit to its power. There is no limit to the breadth of your breath. It goes deeper and deeper and further until you come to the understanding that there's only two things in the world, in the universe: awareness and breath. Endure. And everything else is temporary, an effect of life. The abundance that has created this entire universe lives within you. and there is no limit to its potential. And in each of our lives there is an unimaginable possibility waiting to be revealed from within us if we care enough to engage and grow it. Two things actually blow my mind, about this world. One is that this possibility exists and is available to people. That blows my mind. The other thing that blows my mind is how hard people work at avoiding work. People work hard to avoid work. And after we're like 17 years old, there's only one thing in the world. See, everybody here is over 17. There's only one thing in the world, and that's work. There's work we like to do, and work we don't care much about doing, but it's all work. Pick everybody's favorite thing. What might that be? Sex. Sex is work. Maybe it's work you like, maybe it's work you don't like. However you think about it, it's still work. And if that's the far side of, the one extreme of people's pleasure, everything else through the whole rest of the pendulum, the continuum, is still just work. And there's only one work in this world that is ever going to give you back more energy than you invest in it yourself. Every other kind of work is just going to take more energy than it ever gives back to you. But the one work that you can do which will bring more benefit to you than any effort that you can possibly make is what we shared together tonight. Really, in fact, there's only one path to completion in this world. There's only one path. There are many approaches, but there's only one path. That one path is everybody, every human being on earth has exactly the same energetic mechanism. We have exactly the same channels, 72,000 of them if you want to get technical about it. 3 that we think are really important that we have to deal with. And everybody has a whole system of junction points in those channels that are called chakras. Every human being. Doesn't matter if you grew up in central Borneo or in central China or in central Alabama or Kentucky. It's all the same. And everything else is first of all a model of how you need to operate, and it is simply an approach. The approach that we're sharing with you here, I think, is the most direct approach I have ever experienced, and I have traveled all over the place looking and studying. And I think the possibility that you can discover in yourself here is completely profound. Now, whatever approach it is that speaks to you and calls you, doesn't have to be this one, whatever approach it is, the most important thing in your life and the only experience of enduring value is to understand that you are in this world to grow and to engage the depth of your own self in order to promote that growth. You have to nourish what is inside you. Nourishing what's inside somebody else or in a used car lot, down the block is completely useless. You have to nourish yourself. And however it is that you decide to approach that issue, I want you to know I sincerely wish you well. And, I'm here to support your effort, however it is you choose to do it. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for coming.